So just to kick off, we're going to do a couple of deep breaths. Inhaling your arms up overhead, deepest inhale you can. And then exhaling arms down. You don't have to copy my cadence, but just doing this at the pace of your own breath, something slightly deeper than you would normally do it if you were just sitting at the desk typing away. And then when you're exhaling the arms down, think about taking the most complete exhale, emptying out as much of that air from your lungs as you can. So one last one here. Inhaling arms up overhead, getting that really nice, glorious stretch, and then exhaling arms down. Oh, hopefully I didn't just miss somebody. Beautiful. And now we're going to start getting warm with some arm circles. So arms out to the side. We're making little baby circles. If at any point you need a break, you can absolutely take a break, right? I won't know. Your camera's off. It's magical. Um, Little baby circles. As I'm doing these circles, what I'm thinking about is longest tall spine. So sort of like somebody has one of my hairs and they're pulling me up. I'm also thinking about my shoulders, dropping them away from my ears while keeping my hands up nice and high. So hopefully I'm making a really nice T shape here for everybody. Let's reverse the direction on those circles. My hands are actually pointed up. Yours do not need to be. You could have them coming out to the side. You could make fists, whatever is comfortable for you. One thing that I do like to try and do is the circle that I'm making, it should be centered on my shoulders. So having as much of that circle going behind the shoulder as is coming forward. Hopefully I'm modeling that well and it's a good visual example for you. Beautiful. Now, by now, you might be feeling a little bit of the burnings in your shoulders. If you are, relax them away, take a deep breath, and then come back to it. It's amazing how fast you can come back to those arm circles as long as you just take a little tiny break when you need one. Now, we do want to get our bodies a little bit warm today just so that we can have good lubrication. So, how muscles can get sticky. They're covered with fascia. Imagine this is a muscle and this is a muscle. They're both covered with fascia, especially if you get dehydrated or you don't move through a really full range of motion. They can get sticky and then not slide over each other as nicely as they would normally. So one of the reasons that we like to do a warm up is to get things well lubricated, get blood flow to areas that haven't been getting blood flow. And that's why I'm torturing you with arm circles. All right, so now we're just going to do a few of these. And as I'm crossing my right arm over my left and then my left arm over my right, I'm going to include a little bit of movement. So rounding my back, and then arching just slightly. Hopefully it's visible that I don't have like a crazy lower back curve, just a little bit of arching, and then a little bit of rounding. So just some nice movement to get started here. Start waking up the spine. Your spine has so many moving parts and so many little tiny muscles and tendons and ligaments that are all helping it stay stable, and they all need a little bit of love. So now, because my best guess is most of you have been vertical all day, we're going to take it a little bit horizontal so that you can have gravity pulling on you from a different direction. So to do that, you're either going to get into a hands and knees position, or you're going to put your hands on the desk. Imagine, just pretend this is a desk, honey. Or you could have your hands on a chair. Now, if your hands are on a chair and the chair is a little intense on your hamstrings and the desk is a little too high, you can just bend your knees and bring it to the level that's right for you. So from here, we're going to be doing this cat-cow of arching, rounding kind of a motion. A lot of times in yoga, this is coordinated with breath. You can do that, or you can skip that aspect if that's better for you. Sometimes I'll do it a few times with my breath. So inhaling to arch, exhaling to round, and going at the speed of my breath. So it's not going to be a 5 count, it's not going to be a 1 count, it's just going to be whatever my breath is. And then after a few repetitions, sometimes it feels really good to hang out in one position for a while and see if I can settle in a little bit further. So I'm going to do this with the arching position, just taking a few breaths here. Every time I inhale, I'm going to try and arch just a little bit further. And then as I exhale, I'm not going to round, I'm not going to lose the arch, I'm just going to maintain it. And I can also do this with rounding. So as I'm rounding, just thinking about sinking deeper, tucking my chin maybe a little bit more, rounding through my lower back for a counter stretch a little bit more. And when I say counter stretch, the lower back is arching most of the day just because it has to with the curve of the spine. And when we take a moment to round intentionally, that can give your lower back a little break. So sometimes that feels really good for people. Sometimes tucking your chin is the same situation. Gives you a little counter stretch from what your body's doing a bulk of the day. Beautiful. Now, whenever you're done with those cat-cow arch and round type of motion, we're going to stay here, and I'm actually going to get a little bit of a supported twist by reaching for the ground with my left hand. My right hand is still on the chair. I'm just taking a few breaths, inhaling to lengthen the spine, exhaling to twist and reach for the floor a little bit further. Now, what if my hands are on the floor? What would I do then? Well, since I can't reach any further down than the floor with my left hand, I'm just going to bend at the elbow and reach with my elbow instead. Hopefully that makes sense. You can still get this supported twist. You'll just have to bend at the elbow. Beautiful. Now we're going to take a little bit more of an active twist and reach up towards the ceiling with my left hand. Inhaling to lengthen through the spine. Exhaling, seeing if I can twist just a little bit further. Beautiful. And now we're going to do the other side. So my left hand is on the chair. My right hand is reaching for the ground, or maybe my left hand is on the floor and my right elbow is reaching for the ground. And we're spending a few breaths here just to settle in. See if we can really enjoy that stretch for one more moment. And then I'm going to reach up for the ceiling for a different angle on this twist. So reaching for the ceiling with my right hand. Beautiful. And hands back down. So now we've done a little bit of twisting, we've done a little bit of forward backwards movement. It'd be nice to get a little lateral bend here, and we could do that supported with the chair as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw circles with my belly button here as my hands are on the chair or floor and my knees are either on the floor or my feet are on the floor. Hopefully that makes sense. So gonna look a little bit funny, but I'm gonna take my belly button and I'm gonna bring it up towards the ceiling, rounding my back. Then bring my waist up to the side. Bring my belly button down towards the ground, towards the other side. And just keep going around the clock. Every time you make another circle with that belly button, Thinking about going into the four corners of the stretch a little bit further. Beautiful. You can also reverse the direction of the circle here. Nice. And whenever you're ready, we're going to stand on up all together here. Long, tall spine posture. And I'm going to take my two hands and actively reach towards the ground. I'm going to take my left ear and drop it over to my left shoulder. Oh man, and already I've got some lovely stretchy sensations going down this arm. If you do not, you can make it slightly more intense for yourself by just resting the weight of your left hand on the right side of your head here. And take a deep breath. Now you can always play with ankles. I don't need the support of that hand. You can always play with ankles by reaching back a little bit or forward a little bit, rocking your head back, rocking it forward. Beautiful. And then we'll do the other side. So thinking about that spinal posture again, adjust so that your spine is long and tall, almost like you have space between every one of those vertebrae. And then actively reaching towards the ground, especially with that left arm, because now we're going to take right ear close to right shoulder. And just settle into that stretch. Adding the hand if it's good for you. The hand just resting gently on the top of the head, or leaving it off if you don't need it. And then don't forget to take a couple of deep breaths here. And the why behind that is it can help us release a little bit of tension and settle into that stretch in a more comfortable way. Now, if you like playing with ankles, don't forget to do that on this side too, reaching back or forward, or rocking your head back in space or forward. Beautiful. All right, head back up. Arms and shoulders are hopefully a little bit relaxed, but it would also be nice to get a little bit of twisting through the neck. So looking over the left shoulder and then looking over the right shoulder. We don't want to hang out in the just looking over my left shoulder for so long that I get a neck cramp. I'm just entering that range of motion, especially if you're doing a lot of driving, a lot of tense driving maybe. We get in the zone where we're looking forward so much, and then we want to just start reminding ourselves, hello. I'm gonna look over my shoulder. Now, once you get that and comfortable and you think, okay, it's not a neck cramp kind of a day for me, or I feel good about trying this a little bit deeper, I can do that twist where I'm looking over my left shoulder, inhale, lengthen, see if I can get a little more range of motion out of there. Inhale, lengthen. Oh, can I get over 1 more millimeter? But we want to do that after the courtesy call of just entering and leaving that range of motion. Since I did it on one side, I'm compelled to do it on the other as well. So looking over my right shoulder. Long posture, inhale, exhale, twist a little bit further. Excellent. And whenever you're ready, come back to center. Take one moment, just 10 seconds to do one more bonus stretch for yourself. And then you're free for the rest of the day. I'm going to do some neck rolls, so just rolling my head forward and around. Going slowly and gently, but also at your pace. And whenever you're done, you're done. Have an amazing day. Take care, everybody, and thanks for joining us.